Welcome back to the channel, man. I'm sorry to introduce the video a little bit sooner, but last night I wanted to try to get that wing done as quick as I could. Try to get it painted before nightfall because it needed to dry so we could actually install it back on the car today. Now I'm just using these number 8 Phillips head screws to actually attach this. If Junior wants to switch out the hardware for something a little bit more appealing, then he can do so. But one thing I don't want to do is put these screws attaching these side pieces on with that piece sticking through as much as it was before. So what I'm going to do is I actually have 2 pieces of our material. So this will represent the thickness of what the wing is right there where the screw has to go through. So I'm going to go ahead and pop a hole in it. Put one of our screws in. So there you go. Now that is how much it was actually sticking out. So now I can take this over to my grinding wheel and just go ahead and knock that down flat. Do that with 2 or 4 of them, and then we'll have the screws for our little wing side pieces. Well, the wing came out really clean, dude. It looks a lot better now it's painted. But now moving on, I need to do something about this damn hood exit, bro. I don't know who the hell cut this motherfucker. But Junior said when he got this hood, because this isn't the hood that came with his car, but I guess it already had a spot cut, and then he had to extend it for his. But I think he lying, bro. I think this is his work right here. Him trying to do it right and did it wrong. Anyhow, I'm trying to come up with a design on what it is we're gonna do right here. I just hit Junior up and I showed him a picture of what it is I'm thinking, and he's like, go for it, man. He digs it. So I was originally just gonna do like a ring, like just a kind of like an oval ring, to where it would be tight around the pipe, but then a little bit larger this way, and then rivet it going around. But then I was like, you know what, we ought to try to get a little bit more creative with this, is what I'm thinking. What's up, dude? Yeah, but you see how that is a perfect circle on the template? It's actually gonna have to be an oval like this. That's why I made this, so that I could figure out exactly how to place it on our template. You know what I mean? So anyhow, I'm gonna get this figured out, and then I need to lay this onto a piece of aluminum and get to cutting, bro, because this is probably gonna take me a little while to cut. Something like this, cutting with a jigsaw, like, you don't want to have a whole lot of cleanup, dude, because whenever you have to go back and sand a lot of areas and clean it up, it could actually distort the design, make it look kind of funky. So what I gotta do is just basically cut it as slow as I possibly can and just try to follow the line as precise as I can. So we don't have to clean it up too terribly much. I got my foam, my jigsaw out, and this is a scrap piece of aluminum that I had in the backyard. I'm gonna clean it up really quick with some alcohol, regular old alcohol. Get all the oil and dust and everything off of it. Okay, this is gonna be different than the last couple of templates that we've had to make. Reason being, this is a piece of paper, bro. We've been making our templates with transfer tape, so the back side of it is actually has an adhesive on it. I know I sound like a broken record, bro, because I keep saying this, but that is the reason why I like using transfer tape, because it does have an adhesive. So whenever you make a template out of this, it's basically like a big sticker. You can just apply it to your material and cut it out. Now I know what you might be thinking. It's simple, right? Just put the piece of paper on there and then tape it down. But if you were to just simply tape this down around the edges while you're cutting, you are cutting out this section that's actually taped down. So then it's going to allow the pattern to actually start moving around on you. And that's what you don't want, especially whenever you're cutting something out that has a lot of detail in it like this. So what we're actually going to be doing is using spray adhesive, bro. So make sure the material is nice and clean like we just did, so there's no dust or anything on here, because whenever we use the spray adhesive, we want this to stick to the aluminum. We don't want it to stick to dust and just peel off. And just like that, dude, our pattern is stuck on there. That's not going anywhere. We don't have to worry about the paper moving around on us whenever we start cutting into this. Now, this is just a, this is Loctite brand spray adhesive. It really doesn't matter. I would get kind of a higher tacked adhesive just so you don't run into any problems. But I've just had this sitting on the shelf for, I don't know, probably years. I'm surprised it even still worked. But we're ready to start cutting, bro. And like I said, I'm just gonna cut this really slow and take my time. Try to follow that line as precise as I can. And before I get started, I went ahead and I drilled some relief holes. These are like basically the areas where I feel like the jigsaw might struggle actually turning. So like right here probably wouldn't have been bad, but I can make this cut and end in the hole, and then I can turn my blade inside the hole and then continue until the next one. So I, just to try to make things simpler, I put some relief holes, especially up here at the tips of the fingers. So like whenever I'm cutting this way, I'll be able to come down to this corner, but I'm not gonna be able to turn the blade in there. So I'll come back up here to this hole and then cut this way, and then come back up here to the hole, and then cut back into this corner, and then so on. You know what I'm saying? So with that hole there, it just makes it to where I don't have to start the jigsaw way out here in order to do that. Alright, so I haven't cut this hole out yet because obviously we need to get a good representation of what the hole size and shape needs to be. What I'm going to do is go ahead and make another template. And that is about as good as it's gonna get, bro. Because this is not a circle, it's an actual oval, I can't just position it in any way I want. I try to black this out so it makes it a little bit easier to see, you know what I'm saying? But anyhow, like, I can't just put it this way because, you know what I mean, it'll make the fingers all like super skinny and it won't look natural. So there's really only one way you could do this, bro, and that's, you know what I mean, so that the oval is actually going this direction and the fingers look a little bit more natural. I do need to move it down a little bit. I don't know, I'll get it repositioned before I cut, but you guys get what I'm saying, because it's not a circle. So that is gonna limit us to the position that we're able to put this thing. Like, I would really like to see it like that, you know what I mean? But it's gonna have to be something kind of like that, unless we were to flip it over after we cut it, then we can get it to be like that. I don't know what to do. Let's get it cut out and then we'll figure it out. Or should I say, we'll finger it out. Well, there it is, dude. I think it actually turned out pretty dope. I mean, of course it needs to be cleaned up, but first things first, we need to get this paper off of here. Now, we used a very strong spray adhesive in order to get this on. Now, how do we get it off? Lacquer thinner, bro. Lacquer thinner. I mean, the denatured alcohol or just regular alcohol would probably work also, but I've always just used lacquer thinner. It actually soaks through the paper and it breaks up the adhesive so it doesn't stick anymore. And it just peels right off, bro. No problem. I'm sure you guys know by now what it is we need to do next, but I'm gonna say it anyhow, just in case you don't. Gonna be taking my DA sander with a 120 grit sandpaper on it, and we're gonna be going over all the edges and cleaning it up. So as you can see, it's a really rough cut, bro. Like, this needs to be rounded out. These fingertips need to be rounded, like up here, right there. Like, it's not ideal, you know what I mean? Let me find somewhere. So show you guys a really quick before of how just rough everything is. The edge is really sharp from being cut. Yeah, so basically that's what we're gonna do now, is just clean it up, make it look nice. Alright, I'm trying to tape it down really well so it doesn't move, because now what I'm going to do is go ahead and pop the hood. And get his exhaust covered up really well, because when we're drilling these holes, you most certainly don't want shavings to go down his exhaust, you know what I'm saying? Just wanted to check for fitment issues before we actually send it with paint, because I am going to actually take it back off, we're going to paint it, and then whenever we put it back on, we're going to rivet it and not use screws. And it looks pretty good, dude. There's clearance all the way around, the hood's shut with no problem, so hell yeah, bro, I'm going to send it. Alright, had to wait a couple of hours for this stuff to dry, of course, but now it's ready. We can go ahead and get it installed. So I didn't film this because it's basically the same exact thing that we just did with this. I made a template of where the fog lights are supposed to be on the bumper of the EG. So I oversized it a little bit and made these little block offs so we could block those sections off so that there's less air traveling through there. And of course we also got this painted, so I'm gonna go ahead and get all this stuff installed. I'm gonna be installing this stuff with rivets, not screws, so let's get on it. So it came out pretty dope, dude, and I want to let you guys know that pretty much all of this stuff that I'm fabricating, whether it is the stuff in the past for my hatch or for Junior's hatch, yes, I am going to be like producing these things, and I'll have them on my site. Anyhow guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please smash the like button. The like button definitely helps me tremendously. Throw me a message on Instagram if you're interested in any of these things that I'm fabricating. Of course, like if you guys are willing to send me some money to my PayPal, like I'm gonna need the money up front. It's basically gonna be a pre-order. Like you pay for it, I'll use that money to get the material, I'll fabricate it, and I'll ship it to you. You know what I'm saying? So for the time being, like I want to eventually make a bunch of them and just put them on the website, so then you can just click on it, add it to your cart. Anyhow guys, don't forget that the sedan giveaway is live, so grab yourself some t-shirts and stuff down in the link below. No orders have went out yet, so for all the people that are messaging me about where's your order and stuff, none of the orders have went out yet. I'm gonna take some time this weekend. A bunch of the stuff is ready. I gotta go pick it up, and then I'm gonna get home, get it all packaged up, and get it shipped out to you guys. I know there's a few of you that's still waiting on your sweater from before Christmas. It's just you didn't get in with the first bundle, bro. Like the people that jumped on it, they got their sweaters already. Some of the people that like kind of ordered one later on, I haven't gotten those sweaters in yet. But as soon as I do, which is going to be tomorrow, I'm going to get them packaged up and get them sent out to you guys. So thank you so much for your patience, man. I really appreciate it. But, you know, as for Junior's car, the only thing I think I have left to do now is we're going to be making the Lexan door windows. So we're going to make windows for the doors out of Lexan, but I also want to incorporate like a slider, you know what I'm saying? So that you get some fresh air in that motherfucker. But I don't know. We'll figure out a way, and we're going to make it cool. You guys already know. Peace out. See you on the next one, man.